You're watching Better.tv. Home, family, life.
Finding the right caregiver for your kids isn't easy. You need somebody responsible who you can trust completely and feel comfortable leaving your kids with. So where do you start? Well, that's where the nanny doctor, Dr. Lindsay Heller, can help. She's a former nanny who's now a clinical psychologist. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So the first thing we need to figure out is our family's needs. Do we need a live-in or a live-out, and what the nanny schedule would be?
Right. The first step in finding the right nanny for your family is to identify those specific needs for your family. It goes beyond logistical, practical things like hours and days. What you're going to want to think about are your specific needs, such as, are you an outdoorsy family? You're very active. You go hiking on the weekends, or do you like to sit around and play board games and watch movies?
So now how do you figure out what nannies are out there that are available? Should you go through an agency? Because I know a lot of people don't want to pay the fee.
Well, fees can be high for agencies. However, an agency can offer you a lot of security in that they can handle the background check, they do a lot of pre-screening beforehand, and they are professionals in this business. However, you can go through the internet and do some other things. The important piece is getting them checked out.
So let's talk about checking them out, because once you figure out who's available, you really need to screen them, and you say you should start before you even meet the candidate.
Absolutely. What you should do is you should check out the resumes, whether you get them through the internet or you get them from the agency. What you're going to want to do is screen those first and foremost. After that, you're going to place a call to the candidate. Don't do an interview over the phone, but just sort of get the feel for them. And then following that, you're going to want to do some personal reference checks. And I would even go so far as to say go for a third-party reference, which is when you talk to maybe a former employer of that nanny, and you find out if there's any other adults maybe at a party, a birthday party or anything that were around this nanny who could also speak to this nanny's abilities.
So then when you've done that and you narrow it down to that one person, you actually want to bring them in. You want to, after you've met them and you think you really like them, you want to have them work a typical day or even a typical week.
Right. Yes. If they are a weekend nanny, what you're going to want to do is have them work a weekend day. And you're going to want to be present for that whole phase. Don't run the show, but educate them about your family. Model appropriate behavior to your children. Pay attention to how the children are responding to the candidate.
And then you definitely have to do a background check.
Absolutely. Background check is absolutely essential. If you're going with an agency, this is going to be built in. If you are going to do it on your own, in California we have trust line registry. However, you can go on the internet and look at different organizations that do this. They usually start about $50, and you can even pay a little bit extra to have them do the sex offender registry.
Okay, and then once that check comes back clean, you can offer the position. What do you need to know before you offer this job, and how should you go about doing that?
Well, you're going to want to look through their resume, and you're going to think about your the needs that you identified early on in this phase or in this process. And those needs are going to direct you to kind of what this job description looks like and how you're going to negotiate salary and how you're going to talk about what that job description looks like with the candidate.
All right, Dr. Lindsay Heller, great advice. Thank you so much for coming in. And if you would like more information about Dr. Heller, you can go to her website, www.thenannydoctor.com.
Thanks for watching Better.tv. Always on with home, family, life. Email us at ideas@better.tv. Together, we make it better.